I've taken my Home Assistant camera notifications to the next level using everyone's favorite two letters, AI. And the best part is it didn't require any YAML coding. Let me show you how. Before we get into the weeds, let's talk about why you might want to use AI for your camera notifications. And really it comes down to one word, context. You know, the camera app or Home Assistant before could give me notifications saying it was a person or a pet or a vehicle, but without looking at the picture preview, I couldn't tell what kind of person, pet, or vehicle. Running that image through AI is able to say, oh, this person notification, it's a person in a blue shirt, so maybe that's an Amazon delivery driver. Oh, it's a girl walking down the driveway with a backpack. Then I know it's my daughter coming home from school without ever having to actually tap into the picture itself. It makes things much quicker to see what's going on. Same thing if maybe you have a pet notification. Instead of just a generic pet notification, it says, oh, there's a deer, or maybe it's a dog, a white dog. That way I know my dog has gotten out the back door, or something like that. So it adds a lot more context to these notifications that you get from Home Assistant. Now, in order to do this, you're gonna need two things. You're gonna need a camera that integrates with Home Assistant, and you're gonna need an AI integration. For cameras, I personally use Tapo cameras because they don't require a subscription. They support recording to a micro SD card, and they have a good community-built integration with Home Assistant. And I'll link that down in the description. Now for the AI integration, Home Assistant supports multiple options like Google, OpenAI, and Llama. Now if you have a home server set up to run Llama on, this would be a fully local integration, and you could do that without the internet. In my case, I do not have a home server set up, so I chose to go the OpenAI route, aka ChatGPT. To be clear, this is totally separate from ChatGPT on your phone or browser. It does not require a ChatGPT subscription because the OpenAI integration is through API calls, which has its own level of payments and things like that. We'll get into that a little bit later when we talk about the automations and how you keep that low, but just a little foreshadowing, I've never paid more than $5 a month for our 5 cameras that run through this. I'll go ahead and put the documentation for that OpenAI Home Assistant integration down in the description also. It's super easy to follow. I don't think it's worth going through in this specific video. There's plenty of videos out there for that. So let's get into the automation itself and how I'm using those cameras and OpenAI integration to give me that context on those notifications. To create this AI camera notification in Home Assistant, I'm actually going to break this up into kind of 2 steps of creating the notification itself. We're to start with how to get a snapshot of a camera sent to your phone as a notification, and then we'll build onto that, adding AI to it. So let's start with the first part of sending a snapshot from your camera to your phone and a Home Assistant notification. We're going to create an automation. And then for the trigger, you can technically use anything as your trigger. Anything in Home Assistant can trigger this, whether it's one of your sensors for your camera or front door sensor, mailbox sensor, whatever. So you're going to go to Entity, State, and in this case, I'm going to use one of the entities, the motion entities on my driveway camera. Yep, okay. So there's a person detection here, and then we will have it trigger when it goes from clear to detected in this case. But once again, you can use any entity you want here. Now that we have our trigger that will kick off our automation, we then can go down to the action section, or the then do section. And the first thing we are going to do is go to the camera and take snapshot. So once our automation starts, we're going to take the snapshot of what the camera is seeing at that point. So go to add target, and in this case I can scroll through because I don't have a ton of cameras in here. So I'm going to take my driveway camera in this case. Some cameras will expose multiple streams. In this case, I think the SD stream is most reliable for my Tapo camera. And then I'm going to save it to a file name. Now took me a little bit to figure out reading the documents and things like that, but what works for me is /config /www/tmp/ and then whatever you want to call this file. So I'm going to call it driveway in this case, since it's my driveway camera. and then you end it with the JPG extension or JPEG, like that. So this action will take the snapshot that we're going to use in the notification, and then you'll close this or add another action. And we want to take that snapshot and we want to send a notification with it. So we're going to go down to notification, here, notifications, choose the top one. Now this first option, it'll send a notification to all of the phones that are logged in to this instance of Home Assistant. If you want to send it to a specific one, you can fill in the target piece of it, or you can find send a notification via, like I think mine is like my JH iPhone or the, yeah, so JH iPhone here is my phone that I use, my main cell phone. So you want to send it to only that specific device, you would choose this option. So in this case, we're going to put what you want the main message to be. So like motion detected at the driveway. And then if you want to give it a title, so the title kind of is a little more bold, at least on iOS when it comes through. So you can say like alert or something like that. And then on the data section, this is where you're going to put the image that you took in that previous step in the snapshot action. This is where you're going to put the file here. Now, one note here, you do it to start with image. This tells it the data type is an image. And then for the path to that file that you saved in the previous action, for some reason, it's a little different. I'm not sure exactly why, but this is what the documentation has said, and this is what is working for me. So local /local/TMP, and then the same file name that you gave it in the previous action. So driveway.jpg. Just to confirm those match, I'm going to flip back and forth. So driveway.jpg, driveway.jpg.jpg. Then this is it for the initial kind of basic notification with a picture attached. It's got fixed text in this case with a title, and you can save this and give it a title or have AI give it a title for you. So driveway motion alert. Yep, capture a snapshot, send a notification with motions detected. And it's going to add it to my security label. So save that. And now at this point, you can test it. So you want to click the action here and run it. And then action ran successfully. And then if you want to run this action, just send that notification. You will then check on your phone that it ran. There it is right here on my watch. So I don't know if you can see, but there it is. It's got driveway camera, the alert, and the fixed text on it right there. So now that we've confirmed that we have the basics working, it's time to add in the fun AI piece of this. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to add another action. And in this case, I'm not using AI task. You might be able to use it that case, but I didn't find an easy way to take my file and attach it to the AI task. You could add a camera or something else. But so what I'm doing is I am using the OpenAI generate content action. And then, here you're going to choose OpenAI conversation, and you're going to give it the prompt. So this is what you're going to tell OpenAI to do to analyze the image in this case. So in this case, I'm going to say, very, very briefly describe what you see in this image from my driveway camera. Your message needs to be short to fit in a phone notification, kind of give it some guidance on what you're looking for. And then just to help it out a little bit, to focus on what the action is, don't describe any stationary objects or buildings. This is pretty much lifted straight from the documentation from Home Assistant. So it's worked very well for me. The one thing is I found between my different cameras is it's helpful to put, kind of what kind of camera it is. So like a driveway camera in this case helps give it some context. If it's a doorbell camera, put, doorbell, backyard, et cetera, et cetera. And then you're going to put the file that you want to send off to OpenAI in order for it to analyze. So in this case, it is back to the /config/www/tmp/driveway, or whichever file name you gave it in the snapshot action, driveway.jpg. And then for the variable, this is where it's going to store that text that comes back from OpenAI analyzing the picture you're sending it. And so give it something that, makes sense to you. So maybe driveway/_analysis. Maybe that works. Whatever you want. Just remember what you put here because you'll need it here when we modify our notification action. All right, so we have that action. We're going to move it up to just underneath the camera snapshot. So these kind of run in order. So go camera snapshot, OpenAI analysis, and then the notification is the last action. And we're going to go into that. And we're going to modify it now so that instead of fixed text on the notification, it's going to add the text that OpenAI gave us. So once again, we're going to look at the variable. I'm going to copy this here like so. And then I'm going to go to my notification, and under message, instead of a fixed message, I'm going to put a variable. And a variable in Home Assistant is these two squiggly brackets. Then paste the variable that I got from my OpenAI analysis here, or generate content. Paste it here. And then the response from OpenAI, I believe, is a JSON format. So you want to give it the .text, which is that section of the JSON that we're getting back. So a little in the weeds here, but just stick with me. Basically, you need to know these two squiggly brackets mean variable. This is the name of the variable that we gave it from our generate content action. Then .text is that specific piece of the response back from OpenAI. Then we close it off with those squiggly brackets at the end. And the rest of this stays the same. We're using the same file. And the message body is going to be what is in that response. So now that's it. So this added the AI piece to it. It added the AI action to generate the content. And then it added the variable from that response to our notification. And now we have a notification that has a camera snapshot attached to it and a variable message body that AI has analyzed for us and given us the context of what that is in that picture. So you're going to save it, and then you're going to go off and test it. So you try running all the actions together. I'm not sure if that worked. Yes, there it is. So see if you can focus on this. Motion detected, a small figure walking in the driveway. Now this is a little off since there's nothing actually happening in the driveway right now, but that is the AI analysis is motion detected, a small figure is walking in the driveway. And this will update based on what actually triggers this in the future. So this is good to go, and you can make sure you save this now that has your AI notification. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, this does cost money. So sending these things off to OpenAI on the cloud, having their server process it, send the analysis back, does cost money. Now, with that said, I have 5 cameras running through this, and I've never spent more than about $4 a month having this analysis run. But you do want to be careful around how often you trigger this, so you're not just flooding your AI agent and OpenAI AI in my case, and running your bill up. So a couple things to think about is adding some conditions here. Maybe you want a time condition to only have this happen at night, or maybe you want a presence a presence condition to only do this if somebody is home or not. Or if somebody's not home in this case. So just be careful about that. And one idea I've also added to my driveway, my automation that does the driveway analysis using AI, is I have a condition around my front door here. So if my front door has just opened, I don't need to run the analysis through OpenAI because I know it's me, or somebody walking out the front door. Same thing with the garage. If the garage just opened, I know that somebody is leaving the garage. So be careful about adding some conditions. That way you're not flooding OpenAI and running up a bill. But just know if you're reasonable with how many requests you send to them, this shouldn't cost you more than a couple bucks a month, at most for a single camera. But let me know if you guys have any questions. I've really enjoyed making this AI notification. It's kind of a simple little thing that adds a lot of context, makes your home feel a lot smarter. But comment on this video. Let me know if you have any questions. And as always, thank you for watching. And if you like this smart home content, make sure to subscribe.